everybody, and welcome back to another video. We're going to be going over sampling, just chopping up records, just my way of sampling on the MPC Live Mark III. Throughout the past few months, my way of sampling or chopping up samples has changed a bit. So if you're on the MPC 1 or the Live 3 or the Live 2, stick around, you're going to have fun. We're going to go through, and I'm going to do my best to take my time step by step on how I chop up samples. Let's get right into it. Right here, I have a blank session. I just have 2 tracks. I got my sample track and my drums. There's 2 ways when it comes down to sampling, there's 2 ways I sample. And I always talk about this when I jump into my sampler. I'm either going to sample on the sample mode or on pad tap. When do I choose one versus the other? Sampling is when I'm not sure how I'm going to chop up the record. I don't know if I'm going to slice it up in quarter notes, or maybe it's a jazz record that I have no idea how the time signature is. Sometimes it kicks me off a bit. So I just sample into the MPC project, and then I go to my sample editor, and right there I start slicing everything up step by step. If I already know how I'm going to chop up the record before even hitting record, I go to pad tap and I start pressing pads, and it slices up my sample in real time. So it saves me the trip to go into sample edit, and I don't have to do all that stuff. Right here I have a song that I'm going to sample, and I'm not sure how I'm going to chop it up. I still don't know what direction I'm going to take it towards. So I'm going to be in sample mode, and once I get this recorded, we'll jump into the sample editor, and I'll show you how I slice things up. All right, so once I sample into my MPC, this dialog pops up. I do my best to be organized, and I'll name my samples right away because then I know what file I'm dealing with. I don't like to be all over the place. I'll name this CHOPS, you name it whatever you want. And then I go right into the edit, which throws me into our sample edit. Being right here, this song, there's really no rhythm, or there's nothing rhythmic going on, so I don't know how I'm gonna chop it up. Do I just wanna slice on the transient? Or do I want to add slice in between? I don't know right now. Right now, I just want to truncate and select the piece that I want to work with. If you notice right here, you could be in trim, which that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just trim and select the piece that I want to chop up. And then you have chop, which right here is where I start doing my slices. So I'm going to go back to trim, and I'm going to make my selection. Now, these Q links right here, this is something new to me. I've just found this out, especially if you're on the MPC 1 or any of the live versions of the MPC Lives. There is a really cool way of chopping up samples with Q links. If you go to Q link number 4, this 4th Q link at the bottom turns into your zoom tool, which eliminates me having to do this touch or pinch to zoom. I don't like doing that. I'd rather just do this. It's very fast, and I can see everything. I don't have to have my fingers in the middle of the screen. And with this cursor right here, I can adjust the start and end point. How do I use this to adjust the start and end point? I just have to make sure the start is selected or lit up red, and this now turns into my start point. I can zoom out, and the further out I'm zoomed, I can make my movements a lot faster. I'm gonna go right here at the very beginning, and I wanna make sure this is where the beat comes in. If I wanna make finer adjustments to that start point, if it's moving a little too fast, I just have to zoom in. The more I zoom in, the finer adjustments this makes. So being able to just hop between these two, I can chop records all day long right here. This is so fun when it comes down to slicing up my records. I don't need this intro over here. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to process this, and I'm going to discard anything that was on the intro. And now I have the selection that I want to work with. I'm going to go from trim to chop mode. There's 2 ways I chop up. If I have a 1 bar selected or a 2 bar, if I'm counting my bars, I like to go to regions and just choose how many beats are in those bars that I selected, and it does the slices for me. But in this sound or this sample that I'm bringing in, I don't really have a number of bars, or I don't have any structure just yet. So I don't want to be in regions. I just want to go back to manual chop mode. The reason why I want to be in manual chop mode is because anytime I press a pad, it's going to drop in a slice for me. Again, I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. As I'm chopping up this sample, I'm going to try to figure out where this is going. Is this going to work? Is it not going to work? I like doing this in real time in manual chop mode, trying to figure myself out if this is something that resonates with me. Like this right here, that's just a small little clip. I don't know if it's even a beat long, but it's just a small little, I like how that sounds. I might want to use that. I'm just slicing everything on the downbeat, and maybe there's some little fillers that I want to throw in there every now and then. I'm not sure. Once we put some drums on this, I'll kind of figure out what direction I'm going towards, but I'm liking what I have so far. All right. I'm already liking how this sounds. All right, so I already got some chops. I got, what is this, 8 chops right here. Let's play with this. I'm already figuring out a loop right here as I'm tapping pads. There's something clicking with me, and I like where this is going. So I'm ready to convert this. I'm gonna hold down shift, go to convert, and I'm gonna convert this to a new track using those slices. Hit do it, go to my main page, and now I have those chops right here laid out. Let's lock something in, then we can bring in some drums. I'm at about 75 beats per minute. I'm gonna hold down shift, create a new clip, and I'm gonna record this into a clip. Let's keep this clip at 2 beats or 2 bars long. 2, 3, 4. Ooh. That's it right there. That sounds cool. I might switch up some stuff, but I want to bring in some drums. Once I bring in the drums, I can go back to the sample chop and probably find other little slices that we chose and throw those in the mix. This is what's really cool about the MPC Live 3. I actually talked about this on a previous video. I love the Live 3 because of the step sequencer. Having the step sequencer at my fingertips makes it very easy, especially when I'm browsing through samples, through one-shots. There's times where I'm just listening to one-shots, and right away when something resonates with me, I just start dropping in notes, and it starts creating a rhythm as I'm playing back my beat and auditioning samples. There's something, and I don't know if it's just me, but there's something where I'm building some type of momentum as I'm, I guess, referencing samples, or I'm just listening to samples, and that energy that I'm building up, I want to capture that. That's what I want to record. I want to record my feel, my energy. I'm not really trying to go for a performance because I'll be honest with you, a lot of the times when I'm dealing with samples, it's so unpredictable. I don't know, like there's even records that I'm listening to. I'm like, this is gonna work 100%. This is a cool sample. And when I bring it in, I try to put the pieces together, it just does not work. Vice versa, there's other samples that I'm just like, I'm not sure. But once I start just jotting out ideas, it sounds so cool. Look, let me go through some one-shots and show you what I mean being able to audition and dropping in notes. Hey guys, look, listen, I'm excited, man. This is so fun. I'm happy to be here. I'm so thankful to be here. I love chopping up records. That brings out the kid in me. So if you guys see me just break apart while I'm just going through these samples, it's just what it is, man. I love and have fun doing this. Before I start going through these samples and auditioning, I want to go to my drums track, and I'm going to go right here to my clips. I'm going to create a clip, and the clip that I'm going to create is just going to be a 1-bar clip. So this can loop without having to go to the next bank or the next bar. I just want one bar right now. Then we can duplicate it and we can change up the drums a little bit on the second bar. But for right now, I just want one bar. So as I hit play, this is just looping and I can start dropping in notes and I can focus on a simple 1 bar groove. Again, later on, we can make it into 2 bars, 3 or 4 bars. But right now, I'm just capturing energy. I'm just capturing which one shots sound good with the sample that I selected. I'm gonna create this clip. I'm gonna hit play right here. And let's go through. I'm gonna throw on my headphones so we could listen and talk at the same time. Let's go in for some kicks right here. Ooh, I already like how that sounds. Just like that, I already have a kick going. Let's go into some snares. Ooh, throw those snares. I'm gonna lower down the volume of that snare. And let's get some hi-hats. Now this is what's cool about the step sequencer. The step sequencer is helpful when I'm dropping in the snare, my kick. But what about hi-hats? I don't want to put in my hi-hats right here because everything sounds so locked in. Everything's so perfectly on the grid. And I don't know. Sometimes it just does not have dynamics with velocity or anything like that. I like to have a combination of dropping in notes on the step sequencer. But when it comes down to percussive sounds like shakers, hi-hats, maybe I don't want to use a step sequencer. Right now I'm explaining and I'm talking, but when I'm alone and I'm building beats, all of this is happening within seconds. Everything is happening fast for me. That is energy. That is just my feel that I'm capturing right in the moment. It's like I'm taking a snapshot of how I'm feeling. I'm gonna go to no repeat on these hi-hats. Yeah, let's record that. So right here we have a beat, a drum groove, something with 2 bars. My drums is in 1 bar, but I'm gonna jump back to my samples. And right here on my sample chops, I'm gonna create a brand new clip. I have an empty clip right here, and let's make this clip, let's make it 4 bars long. And it gives me a little bit more time to play with different chops, gives me more length, just so it's not 2 bars looping over and over. Right here, I'm gonna just play around, see if I can sneak in some other chops as I'm playing back my drum groove. Yay, there you go. Let's record that. Out of this plugin right here on my master bus. Yeah. So look, that's how I move when I'm building something on my MPC. Of course, when I make these videos, I'm multitasking. I'm trying to talk and explain. But when I'm alone and I'm building something, cameras are turned off, everything moves so rapidly. I'm not saying that you need to move fast or you see how fast I can move or anything like that. It's not about speed. It's mainly about energy for me. And that's my main thing that I want to capture is can I lock in whether I'm feeling this connection with the beat, with my drums, with my sample chops. And as you notice, I'm just kind of jumping back and forth. Like right now, I would go back to the drums and I would go from one bar, duplicate that into 2 bars, and I'll start adding ghost kicks, ghost notes, snares, take off some hi-hats, and just have fun bouncing between these two back and forth. As you notice, I started adding some plugins. I'll send some sends. Maybe it sounds cool, maybe it doesn't sound cool. Again, it's just something that I'm trying to capture fast. Is it perfect? Is far from perfect, but is the energy and the feeling that I'm capturing. Later on, I can go in and dial in to perfection, but in the beginning, that's not my concern. It's not perfection. It's just capture this messy idea. And of course, it does help when you know how to move around the MPC, when you know how to use a little bit of all these tools. If you're new to the MPC, if you're a little lost, I do have a course on the MPC Live 3. I go over the basics, how to make a beat from start to finish. Obviously, aside from my course, there's many free videos that you can see on YouTube. Super helpful community that I've learned so much from other people making beats on the MPC. I just watch and I'm like, man, that's so cool. I got to try that out next time. So watch all these videos, you know, and if you still feel like you need that help, there is that course you guys can take. But I do advise watch some videos first on YouTube. Go through and have at it. Look, thank you for being here. I'm super grateful if you've made it to this point of the video. Thank you for being here, man. I always appreciate just having an audience, whether it's 100 people watching my videos or 2,000 people. I'm super happy to have somebody to hang out with. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you guys. If there's something that you want to watch or watch me go through, let me know down in the comments what it is that maybe you're struggling with on the MPC. I don't know everything on the MPC, but whatever I could help with or show some of my workflows, I'm more than happy to share them with you guys. So let me know down in the comments and maybe I can make a video on that next. Again, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you guys. Y'all have a blessed day. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.